Oh, hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Well, I haven't been feeling good the past couple of days, so you might notice that my voice sounds kind of weird, but other than that, everything is going great, and I've been doing lots of doodles as usual, and the pen that I'm thinking about doing some drawing with today is this one here, which is the BIC crystal, whichever one you want to call it. But it is the 1.6, and I'll be doing some doodling today with this pen. And what I like about this pen is that it's very smooth to draw with, and I can get some pretty decent doodles done with it. Now, I tend to draw the best with this pen when it comes to drawing portraits or doing drawings of things such as anatomy or trying to do some shading, because it's a lot like drawing with a pencil. And because of that, I can draw very quickly, and I can sketch doodles and make things very quickly. For example, I was just messing around yesterday, and this is what I made. I have no idea what it is. I was just completely scribbling random things on the paper, and I didn't really care about the end result or how it ended up looking in the long run. I just scribbled whatever was on there, and I had an assortment of different colors that I had used, which was all of these colors here, as you can see. And so yeah, I've got blue. So I've got blue, which is like a dark blue. I've got light blue. I've got red. I've got green. I've got lime green, and I got like a purple, and then the black color of ink. But I actually used like a little bit of that there, if you can see, if you can tell there, but I used a little bit of the ink already. But you can go buy packs of these, like 24 for under $5. I think it's like $4.99 or $4.49. So I've got quite a few of these. I got maybe 50 of them, but they're assorted colors. I've got maybe only like, what is it, 5 or 6 of these that are the black ink. But yeah, this is a larger ball at the end of this pen, so if you're drawing with it, it's a lot smoother than if you're drawing with the medium or the fine point ball pen. But I'm going to be drawing in my Strathmore sketchbook, and it's got 100 sheets of paper. And when this is done, one of these days, I'm going to be doing a quick flip through of the sketchbook, and we can take a look and see what doodles that I have created. But for now, to get my morning started, I'm going to do some doodling, and we're going to be using this pen here, and we shall see what it is that we can create with this here little pen. Well, I wouldn't say little, it's a bigger ballpoint than usual, but let's go ahead and see what we can start doodling. When I draw, I notice that often I draw better if I'm not trying, or if I'm not really too focused. If I just draw things. If I'm on the phone talking to somebody, or I'm doing something else while I'm drawing, it's as if my mind is distracted from trying to make everything perfect. My mind is distracted from trying to make everything exactly how it's supposed to be. I just start drawing lines, making things, and forms and shapes and things start turning into patterns, into other shapes that just happen, and I create them. And whenever I'm too focused on my drawing, and I get too analytical with everything and worried about every precise detail that I make, I end up getting too focused on the mistakes in the drawing, or lines that aren't what I consider perfect. And then I focus on those mistakes, and my drawing gets worse. I don't improve, and I just pretty much hit a wall to where I'm stuck. And that's when I hold myself back creatively. I start lacking the ability to be very creative or to make new drawings, and I start drawing the same thing over and over, trying to perfect it. But if I just grab a pen, not worry about what pen I'm using, and not too worried about the paper, although sometimes it does matter to a certain extent, but for the most part, not being too worried about any of that and just drawing, not being so concerned about the end result of how it's going to look when it's done, just being in the moment and creating something that you enjoy. Although you might not know what it is, you're still creating something, and you're distracting your mind from being worried about all the tiny little mistakes in the drawing. And what is a perfect drawing anyways? Creatively, if you do something that isn't perfect and you distort it and change it, and the color and the way that lights and shadows are, that's creativity. There is no point in trying to seek perfection in it. Unless you're trying to do hyper-realistic portraits, which is pretty much like you making yourself a human printer. But when it comes to doodling or being creative, I just start making some lines, really. Don't worry about it. I mean, this drawing was done with a ballpoint pen. I could have used my technical pen, made everything more detailed, and spent hours on it. But this drawing only took me about 30 minutes to make. And I was satisfied with what I made. I enjoyed that I created something a little bit different than what I've made before. I like not knowing how things are going to turn out. And the enjoyment of that does make drawing a lot more interesting in the long run. And things turn out to be less of a struggle.